So hello, dear participants. Thank you for joining us today, and also hello to everyone who will see the recording soon. Let me then also share my screen with you and to present you first the speaker and the topic of today's meeting. So again, my name is Yana, and I'm project manager of International House Wellness, and I'm responsible for organizing online events, offline events, and soft landing of all internationals in wellness. And today I'm glad to present you the speaker. Her name is Teresa, and she's a migration specialist. Who will present you the topic about issuing European Union certificate. But before we start, I would also like to present you what's the agenda and to present international hospitals. So we'll devote a couple minutes for presenting International House Wellness project and also help you understand how we can be useful. Then I will lead the floor to the speaker for the main part of the presentation, and for sure we'll have some time for question and answers. First of all, what is International House Wellness? It is a project that aims to soft land all international talents who decided to start a new life in wellness, and everyone who decided to stay for a long term in here. First of all, International House Wellness has two missions. First is institutional, and for solving the problem with getting an access to all the state services under one roof in International House Wellness office. We have in different institutions that you can also see on the screen, and also see what questions you can deliver, you can ask in those institutions. And if there is a need for you to consult with specialists in English, you can do it also in International House Wellness website by scheduling the meeting via website, and also by having a consultation in our office. I will also leave the contact soon. International House Wellness is not only about the institutions, but also about integration to wellness. So for this reason, we organize different workshops, events, excursions, individual presentations. Let's say for some companies, for universities, international students, but also we have in the language courses for sure for free. As all of the services, we have a mentorship program and many more. So you can also check the website and the social media. Yes, on the website, you can see all the upcoming events. So you can also check some other topics you might be interested in, and also on our YouTube you can see all the workshops we have already recorded, uploaded for you to watch and find the answer to all the questions. So for sure we have in the social media, so if you'd like to be updated to also to know information with the first, so you can also join and follow us on any social media you'd like. So I'm leaving here hints for you where to find us. And as promised, I also leave in the context, and first of all, you can schedule a meeting with the institutions. You saw my previous slide on our website, just at bottom, right above, schedule a meeting, and then you can see the time slots. But also you can come by to the office, you can call us or write an email. We are always answering, so do not hesitate to contact us. And last but not least, before I'm giving the mic to the speaker of today's workshop, is how we will communicate during the workshops for those who joined us online. So first of all, we have a Q&A section, and the Q&A, if you have any question, please write the question in the Q&A session. But if you'd like to express an opinion, share the experience you have or had, please do not hesitate to write it in chat. You can also communicate with other participants, and then for Q&A, we can save your questions and maybe answer later. And if you just write the question to chat, we cannot save the question and answer you later. So that's the difference. That would be it. And stay tuned for also other events. We will have migration related events in the upcoming few weeks. So if you're interested in getting, residency for family reasons, if you'd like to know more about the blue card, you can also register for the next workshops we have. But today, let's listen about the issuing of the European Union Citizens Certificate. And I'm passing the screen even to the speaker we have today with me. So yes, Teresa, so take your time, make yourself comfortable, and let's start.
Okay, we can continue. Hello again, I am Teresa Kasparavich. I am a specialist from Migration Department, and I am working with EU citizens approximately 5 years. And today I'm going to present for you the main basis on which you can apply to issue for your residence certificate, and let's start. So if you are EU citizen or European Free Trade Association member or a family member of an EU citizen who enjoys the free movement in EU, you can stay in Lithuania for 3 months during 180 days. If you decided to stay for a longer period, you have to apply to issue for your residence certificate. And the main question, what base should I choose? And now I will present for you the main basis on which you can apply. So first of all, I am an employee or self-employed person in Lithuania. So you need to submit via the migrant system application form based on employment grounds, and you have to enclose the documents. It will be a travel document, valid travel document. It can be a passport or ID card. Next document certifying the basis for issuing the certificate. So it can be employment contract. It can be a document confirming your individual activity in Lithuania. It should be issued by the State Taxes Inspectorate in Lithuania. You have to apply to this department to get a certificate that you are going to do individual activity. If you are assigned from the foreign company to Lithuanian branch, you can present for us a letter from this company. And you can also present a document certifying that you are owner or manager of a company which is registered here in Lithuania, or any other documents proving your legal activity in our country. For example, if you are going to do religious activity, you can present the confirmation from religious community. In this confirmation has to be indicated the period for which you are going to stay here. And the most important thing that what I would like to note, that EU citizen can be employed in Lithuania without any permission from Migration Department, without personal ID code. So as you are EU citizen, you can apply to the State Taxes Inspectorate and you will receive a confirmation from them. And only after that we can accept the application, or if you sign an employment contract with a Lithuanian company, they also can employ you without permission from Migration Department. So when you will have a contract, when you will have signed contract, and when the contract comes into force, after that you should apply on employment basis and you will be able to accept the application. Here we will see the information who can keep the status of an employee or self-employed person in Lithuania. So the main things, what I would like to note, that you have to be registered as a job seeker in the employment services. And your contract, if it was signed for an indefinite period, has to be terminated not of your fault and due to the reason beyond your control. And next, the basis, I have sufficient funds for living in Lithuania for me and for my family members, if I am coming with you. So you have to submit the application via Migros system as well, and the documents. It will be your travel document, passport ID card, document certifying that you have sufficient funds for living in Lithuania. It will be bank statement, which proves your available funds at the moment. And the document can be presented with the signature or stamp of the bank employee, or you can upload only your bank statement created in your online banking. And in this case, we will ask you during your visit at our department to log into your online banking to prove available funds. And the document certifying the valid health insurance. If you have your European Union health insurance card, it will be sufficient for us. Or you can present the policy from any private insurance company. And it is important to note that the insurance must be valid in the territory of our country. And next basis. If you are going to study in Lithuania, so you have to present passport ID card, of course, and documents proving that you were admitted to study from the educational institution. In this confirmation should be indicated exact period for what you are going to study here. And you have to provide for us that you will have enough funds for living. So it can be your own bank statement, it can be confirmation that you are granted a scholarship, or you can present for us the document that your parents will support you financially during your studies in Lithuania. In this case, this consent has to be approved by a notary, and it should be concluded in English language or translated to English language. And we will need health insurance as well. So how I said, if you have European health insurance card, we will accept it, or any private policy from another company. And one more basis, you are a citizen of EU member state, a family member of the Lithuanian citizen. So you have to present passport ID card, document proving your relationship, your family relationship. It can be marriage certificate, registered partnership agreement. If it is a child, the document proving that you are a direct descendant of EU citizen, birth certificate. And the child can apply till 21 years old. And if you are going to invite your parents, you can do it, but only parents or grandparents, sorry. So you can do it, but only in case if they need everyday health care of you, you have to present the documents from any medical institutions, or they depend from you financially. So you have to present for us that you are supporting financially your parents, grandparents. It can be bank statements, any receipts for medical issues, any explanations for us. And if you are a family member of Lithuanian citizen, you will need to provide the document that Lithuanian citizens have used the right to free movement in EU. So what does it mean? It means that Lithuanian citizens have been living not less than 3 months in any EU country, and you can provide for us, for example, an employment contract, a document certifying studies, internship, or completed business trip, Any other documents proving the living place address abroad. It can be registration documents, for example, your degree at place of residence in any foreign country in EU, for example. It can be confirmation from register office. And from these documents, we have to see the dates, the exact dates, how long you have been living in EU country. And if you are a citizen of EU member state, and you are coming to Lithuanian citizen, and you are coming together, you can apply for a permanent residence certificate, because before I was speaking about temporary residence. And you must submit for us the application via Migros system and following documents: passport or ID card, a document certifying marriage or registered partnership agreement, if it is a child, birth certificate, if it is your parents who will need your support, your care, your medical care, birth certificate, divorce document if your family member's surname was changed, and free form application to issue a certificate signed by a Lithuanian citizen with whom you came to Lithuania. And of course, documents certifying that citizens of Lithuanian Republic have used the right to free movement. So it can be the same document as I mentioned a few minutes ago: an employment contracts, any registration documents, any residence permits, with exact dates to prove for us that how long you were living in any foreign country. And now maybe you will have a question: how to apply and what should I do? Our main website is migratia.lt, and you should choose option for foreigners. You will choose the citizenship, for example, France, yes. And next you will choose, I want to get a temporary residence certificate, if you will be applying for a temporary. If you will be applying as person who came to Lithuanian citizen, and together with him, you can apply to a permanent residence certificate. And in this case, for example, let's take I am employee or self-employed person, or I maintain such a person status. You should choose apply. And next, if it is your first time, you have to apply through your email. You will indicate your email and you will receive a temporary code from Migros with which you will log into the system. If you have electronic signature in Lithuania, for example, from the bank Smart ID, you can log in from another platform. Next, the system, when you'll indicate a code which you will receive to your email, the system will let you fill in the application form. You have to indicate your name, surname, date of birth, country from which you came to Lithuania, your documents number, passport, ID card, and you will indicate the reasons on which you would like to apply. And you have to enclose the documents, for example, employment contract, passport or ID card, and at the end you will see a few options. So save, if you will choose the save, you will save the application in your personal account, Migros, and the application will not be submitted, we will not find it. If you would like to apply, if you want to present for us the application from Migros system, you have to choose continue. And next, the system will let you to choose the institution and the date and exact time. If you would like to apply in Vilnius, you have to choose Konstitucijos Avenue 3. And the date, for example, November 28, and you will see visit time. You will choose suitable time for you. And next, you should choose apply and reserve a visit. And you will book an appointment. You will receive a message from Migris that the application was submitted, and Migris will indicate the date when you have to come. And what's the most important things we have to know? So I would like to remind that the documents has to be presented in English language. In English language can be presented marriage certificate, birth certificate, divorce certificate, health insurance, bank statements. Document must be provided original during the visit when you come to our office, or it can be a copy certified by a notary, but passport or ID card has to be presented original, not a copy, not any other document. And if you are coming to Lithuanian citizen as family member, you have got married, for example, from in France or in another country, in Belgium, that doesn't important. Lithuanian citizen have to register marriage in Lithuania before you will apply as family member of Lithuanian citizen. It is necessary condition. And if you will need during the period when you will be filling the application and you will apply, and if you will need any information, you can call for us, or you can write an email, and here you will find the main website, migracija.lt, when you will find information as well. And I would like to thank you for your time, and it will be that's it.
Yes, but it's not, because we still have some questions. And so we had a presentation with step by step, really thank you a lot for the guidelines. You did really well, because we've got some comments like, it's so hard, please, what should I do? Like, it's so hard to understand, but actually it's not, right? How to apply.
Yes.
So thank you a lot for clarification, and I'd like maybe some people who joined us today, not many of them, because some of them wrote us questions in the registration form and asked for recording. So for those who's still wondering, yes, we will have the recording and we will send it to you, so no worries. And we still have some questions, and let me read it. So first, it was a question about the terms. Let's say you are applying for EU certificate, and then how long should you wait for the whole procedure to be over and then to get the certificate?
All process will take till 20 working days. 8 working days to make a decision. The decision will be sent for you through a Migris account to your personal account. And after the decision, you have to wait approximately 12 working days to produce for you a card. You will be informed as well from Migris. You will receive a notification that the document is produced and you can collect it. So maximum period is 20 working days.
So, but if a person has, let's say, a problem with the documents, one of the documents is submitted wrongly, so then will it be still 20 days or?
Yes, we cannot. We don't have urgent option. We have only general option, and it will be only during 20 working days.
Okay, so even if some document is wrong, let's say, and you need to, I don't know, apply again some documents, or you will not just accept the document?
I will not just accept the documents. If the documents will be wrong, I will not accept, because we have only 8 working days to examine the application. So during the visit has to be presented all documents, and only in this case, the process will take 20 working days.
Okay, so better to come prepared and to read
of course.
to read all the requirements. Those are not hard, but still. So now we know it's 20 days, and also we actually got this question about I will read. So what is the procedure to obtain, if I'm like European Union citizens, to obtain then a permanent residency? So I lived here for this temporary for 5 years, and then as a European Union citizens. It's the same procedures. He or she can apply for permanent, right?
Yes,
the same system.
Yes, after 5 years living in Lithuania with the same system, you have just to choose I would like to receive permanent residence certificate. So I can show you.
Or you want to present the website?
I want to go back. Yes, I think it will be here. So
let's make it bigger. So yes.
So I should go back, I think.
Yes, that's good.
Yes, here I want to get a permanent residence certificate. You should choose this option. And next, you will choose that I am EU citizen who has been living in Lithuania for the last 5 years. And you will apply for permanent residency. You will need to present for us just a passport. Because I believe that you before had any residence permit and you have been registered at our system, and will be able to check Social Security Department, your employment status, and how long you have been working. Our systems, declaration of your residence address.
Okay, so but can it be any gap in those 5 years? Let's say a person lived 2 years, then I don't know, went back
Not
to
more,
country, then so how is it?
Not more than 6 months per year.
Okay, so should be for 5 years, but in 1 year, 6 months can be not in that way.
Yes.
Okay, so now you know the gap, but still, and if it's also, we had this question, like I lived, but it is a different reasons. I mean, 2 years as a student and then like 3 years as a worker. Is it count?
Yes, it will be evaluated as 5 years living in Lithuania.
Okay, so I suggest us to move to another question then. We had many questions that you already covered in presentation. Let's say, just tell me about the process. So some people ask it like this, but some questions are unique. And let's say there is this one, if there is some changes or rules going to be already currently are that I need to be like aware of. So let's say now the person is applies and it will not change soon, right? Or
I hope so. I hope so. We can follow our website migracija.lt, I told, and you can just call for our general information center if you have any questions.
Okay. So what else? Yes. Yes, so this question, the answer is actually the same about can EU certificate be issued for a foreigner living in Lithuania for more than 5 years? Then we know that it's permanent.
So yes, permanent can be issued for 10 years, or if it will be temporary, maximum period 5 years.
So you apply for temporary straight for the 5 years.
It depends on your employment contract. For example, you signed the contract for 2 years, so residence permit will be issued for employment for the period of your employment contract. If you signed an employment contract for an indefinite period, it will be issued for a maximum for 5 years. If you are doing individual activity, so there is no indicated with dates, so the residence permit will be issued for you for 5 years.
So with an individual activity, it's as a freelancer, you can have just straight 5 years. Oh, that's really convenient, right? Yes, but it's not the end. I will still torture you a bit with the questions. It's also not hard, but we need answers. So we had these questions. If I'm European Union citizens, and I am staying in 2 different countries, and I have residency in 2 countries at the same time, would it be possible? I mean, can you track it somehow? The person lives in the country.
No, it is possible. For example, you will apply on basis that you have sufficient funds for living. Yes, you are presented for document during the visit, and you are getting your residence permit, which depends on your available funds. For 1 month, you will need 129 euros for one person. And if you are able to show that you have enough funds for 1 year, the residence certificate, will be issued for you for 5 years. If you have enough funds, for example, only for 6 months, yes, we'll issue for you for 6 months.
So it's also really nice. But then person pays taxes in two countries, right? Like, I mean, working and or just can present that he has money, let's say, from another country working somewhere else.
Yes, but it is important to have available amount at the moment in your personal account. If you have savings, yes, it will be possible to receive residence permit on sufficient funds.
And if it's not a secret, because I believe that some people may wonder what is actually the limit. Maybe do you have the numbers? What amount of money you should have on that account?
For if you would like to receive for 5 years, the maximum amount is approximately 1,600 euros.
Per all the time, not 1 month.
If you will provide for us information with this amount, you will receive a residence certificate for 5 years.
Oh, that's not that many, right? So you can have the saving. Okay, so let me read this one. Yes. How to get a residency after studying if I don't have a job yet? I mean, after studying, there is some period allowed to stay, right?
So yes, you can stay in Lithuania without any residence permit for 3 months. And next step, sufficient funds I can offer.
But if it's a student with not much money, but looking for a job, let's say, is there any time period?
No.
Okay, so you should okay. So the parents support you, something, right?
Yes, and you can stay without residence permit for 3 months. You can just leave without any residence certificate. And after that, you have to apply for some kind of basis.
Okay. And then, I have still a question. I hope you're not tired, but I'm really happy, that we can cover all the details in here just in one video. And the topic is a bit related to the next one that we will have next week, but maybe we can just mention and, encourage people to participate next week on Monday. So it's about the marriage relationship. So the participant wrote us. My boyfriend is from Lithuania, and I've been living also in Lithuania for 4 months. How can I also stay here? And because we'd like to live together, and they are not married, so only by marriage, right? She can get also a residency, and she's looking for a job.
So the first question is, does he use the right to free movement in EU? Because he is Lithuanian citizen, and if EU citizen is coming to Lithuanian citizen, we have to provide the documents that Lithuanian citizens have used the right to free movement in EU. If no, it won't be possible to apply on a family basis. You can choose another, where the most simple basis sufficient funds.
Okay, and if that person, let's say, she's not from European Union citizenship,
If she is not from European Union member state, yes, she cannot apply on sufficient funds. So
next week, right?
Yes.
Yes, we'll cover this topic next week in more details by getting all the family cards, residency, not only for European Union citizens, because they also have one more question, but it's let's leave it for the next week, I believe. And we have one more question. It's a really nice one. How can I move to Lithuania and live here forever? So by getting first residency, temporary, then permanent, and then applying for citizenship for forever. Living in here.
For forever, you can stay here with a permanent residence as well, or if you want to get a citizenship to be granted a Lithuanian citizenship, so please call our general information center, or you can book an appointment for a consultation as well. So if you can see on the screen, you can choose book a visit. And visit type will be consultation for foreigners and about Lithuanian citizenship issues, and you will get advice. Because sorry, I cannot get advice about citizenship. I am not working in this area, and
So yes, you also may know that some of the each migration specialist has some specific field working in. So now we have Teresa who's working with European Union citizenship, the family cards, the marriage. So today and next Monday we'll cover the topics. After that, we'll have another specialist who's working with the blue cards, with the obtaining residency for business. So for citizenship, it's also totally different migration specialist I believe we'll have. So yes, unfortunately we cannot answer that. But yeah, we had this question. You mentioned that you can have this consultation. So we had the question, how can I get a consultation with you? It's all booked. So there are some maybe people just want to consult, but I also know that migration system is really booked. Many people would like to consult. What can we do then?
So we can offer for you an email. You can write down an email. You have seen it during our presentation, and you can find it migratia.lt at the end of our website. And during one day, I think you will receive an answer. If you don't have a time to come to get advice face to face, or maybe it is very busy, you can do it faster via email.
So you answer, right?
Not me, but another specialist.
Yeah, but migration department actually answer it.
Yes.
Yes, because there are things like maybe some people can think, oh, it's an email, who will answer it? But you are.
Yes, of course.
So just a tip for you: if you need a help, you can yes answer that. So yes, I had also one question somewhere and I lost it. So let me just quickly find it. I don't know, maybe it was just I will list maybe someone who's also joined us today live have any questions. So we are also eager to help you, and we will be ready to help you and answer the questions. Or maybe was it understandable? Do we need to elaborate on anything? So also please let us know if it's needed. And then yes. So many people who actually wonder about the citizenship, but it's
not my area, sorry.
So yes. Okay, so I suggest us maybe if you have more questions, we can also answer those later. So when you, perhaps some of you watching this on YouTube from Positive Future talking by, so you can also drop us a message to the comment section, and we will ask Teresa to provide an answer, and we will just answer you in written the questions that yes appear. So I hope that now it was only understandable. Maybe you have any also comments to share or just
no, I don't have.
So yeah, so then I believe we are all covered, and we can yes stop the recording. So thank you very much for those who joined today. We hope that the guidance was useful and we answered some questions with the features. See you next time. Please check the next video we'll have soon. So thank you a lot very much.
Thank you for your time.